On this edition, I'm going to break down and predict the upcoming fight on the UFC Fight Night 26 card taking place on Fox Sports 1. This fight will be between Travis Browne and Alistair Overeem. What I'm going to do in this video, I'm just going to break down both fighters and do my prediction. So I'll start with Travis Browne. Now, Travis Browne's a big guy for the heavyweight division. Not so much his bulk, but I believe he's about 6'7", 6'8", former basketball player. His athleticism's through the roof, especially for heavyweights. The guy has really good movement in the octagon. Constantly moving and got pretty quick hand speed as well. He's a faster, athletic guy for the heavyweight division. It's a big factor in this fight, is that Travis Browne does Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I believe he's a purple belt. Has a developing ground game. Definitely can get up out from under him. We're talking about a much more improved Travis Browne from the beginning of his career. But it continues to evolve and very dynamic. Plenty of knockouts on his resume. The guy is an absolute killer on his feet. And it's his first step, and it's the speed and his unpredictability. Granted, is he the better striker in this fight? Is he better than Alistair Overeem striking? No, but his abilities, his physical attributes, and his athleticism, is it something that Overeem has seen? Absolutely. But Browne presents quite a few challenges. I really think the only way he can beat Overeem in this fight is on the feet and finishing this fight via TKO or knockout. This one goes to decision. Without that, I'd say Overeem gets it because he's the better grappler, and he's definitely the better technical striker. But when it comes down to finishing fights and the athleticism, the speed, obviously reach is a wash. Both guys have 80-inch reach, but I really think Browne can most definitely put away Overeem. I don't think he's going to out-grapple him. I think if he gets put on his back in this fight, he could be in a serious load of trouble. Is that most people think Overeem is this unbelievable striker, which he is, but he's also got more submission victories on his resume than he actually does knockouts. So I think Browne has to keep this fight standing. He's got to constantly be moving. I think he's got to really land that big shot, and then he's got to swarm all over him. I mean, that's something that Browne's done or made a career off of in the heavyweight division. So based on all the attributes, so I think Browne's got a great chin. Definitely not the better grappler in this fight. Serviceable. I'd like to see if he is put down by Alistair Overeem, if he can actually get back up and fend off the submissions. But if he keeps this one staying, constantly moving, land the power shots, I think he'll be successful. But definitely not as balanced. I think he has more disadvantages in this fight than he does have advantages. But I think really, based on knockouts, I mean, I really would say that Browne has a bigger chance of knocking out Overeem in this fight. Now, hear me out, because I'm going to talk Alistair Overeem now. Alistair Overeem is the more balanced fighter. He is the more talented fighter. He has so many more victories and so many more fights, so much more experience. And he's an unbelievable striker, trained with Golden Glory, great kickboxing career. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, he's a Grand Prix champion. But, you know, I mean, this is really based on his last fight, the Bigfoot Silva fight. I mean, it was not the Overeem that we've seen. I mean, he really seemed to lack confidence in his hands. At least that's what it seemed like to me. He never really seemed to get himself going, and by the end of the fight, he was really looking to take it down. People say it's because he was gassed, and most definitely looked exhausted. Heavyweights, practically almost every heavyweight in the third round is exhausted, unless you're Cormier or you're Velasquez or you're some of the lighter guys. He's without a doubt the bigger guy in this fight, maybe not height-wise, but strength-wise, I'd say he's stronger as well. And he's more balanced. But I mean, he seems to have lacked confidence in his striking, and he shouldn't lack that confidence because he is the better striker. He does have the better technique. I think Overeem's got a lot more to prove in this fight. I mean, if he is to lose this one, that's 2 fights in a row coming from a guy who could have been fighting for the title if he wasn't suspended. And not to mention that, the injuries as well. But we're talking stylistically here. I mean, Overeem could without a doubt finish it on the feet. I mean, he's got to do exactly what Browne will do to him. He can't just try and pick apart Browne. I think he's got to go for the kill, and he's got to go for it early. I think Travis Browne may have the better cardio in this fight. Overeem tends to gas out in later rounds as well. I would try and keep it standing, but if it were me, I think Overeem's submission, his grappling, his submission grappling, and his ability to submit fighters with his guillotine and his ground and pound, I think he needs to bring this one down to the ground and get rid of Travis Browne's speed and his movement, because I think Browne is much more athletic and explosive and faster than Alistair Overeem with his movement. But I think if he's to get this down to the ground and really wear out Browne and beat him up from the top and maybe lock in a submission, I really think that would be the smarter way for Overeem to go and still be an entertaining fight for the fans. But I really do think he has a lot to prove. I do think Overeem can finish this fight on the feet. I think he'd have a better chance, or it would be a safer way for him to go, and I hate using that word, but a safer way for him to go about by using ground and pound, taking him down, and maybe trying to lock in the submission. I see Overeem having practically every advantage in this fight. I think he is the better technical striker. He does have good finishing power. But I mean, really take this one down where Browne may not be as deadly with the purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu versus Overeem's incredible grappling and his ability to use his ground and pound and impose his will. But I'd say the one factor is that Overeem does have a questionable chin. We've seen him get rocked. We've seen him get tired in later rounds as well. I think those are the two things that work against him. When it comes down to it, I think it's going to be a good fight. Whether how long it lasts, could be a quick one, and this one could go the distance. But I'm going to have to take Travis Browne winning this fight. It's nothing against Overeem, but I think Browne is going to come out, he's going to land his shots, and he's going to swarm all over Alistair Overeem, and he's going to win this fight via TKO or knockout on the UFC Fight Night 26 card on Fox Sports 1. And that's what I have for this edition. It's Kyle Delaney, signing off. I'm out.